fake Kelsey Grammer to kick this show off.
Let's cook this pig.
Here we go. No, looks like we have an early adopter. Hiya, Alan. You're not in Oklahoma or Nebraska or points north or wherever. Seems like you got a lot going on all the time. Yes, we are going to get an early show in before the snow day. We got 2 thumbs up. All right, we got audio there. Very nice. Cindy has kicked me under the bus for the first time in a long time, and just Kaylin and I are here tonight. We're going to try to sell you some stuff before the snow comes in and we're all frozen in. You know how Dallas gets. You know, in the last week, I don't know about you, but it's been up to 10 inches, and then it was 6 inches, and then it was none, and then I don't even know. All right, Alan's in town. If you're new to our show, welcome to our show. We are going to try to sell you some stuff, full disclosure. We are going to put items up one at a time. Kaylin's going to put them up there in front of the cameras whenever we go to our next screen. And if it's something that you cannot live without, go into the Keith's Comics Network Facebook page. We stream this show on many of our Facebook pages, but if you want to claim something, it's only claimable on our Keith's Comics Network page. Type claim and then the name of the item. If you were the first one in, we'll figure out a way to get it to you and collect your money. All right. Thank you so much for spending some money at Firewheel. We appreciate that. More than likely, I haven't looked at the weather forecast this afternoon. More than likely, we will not be able to open tomorrow at any of our locations. And if we do, I doubt very seriously we'd be open more than a couple hours, because evidently by the time evening rolls around, unless it's changed in the last 6 hours or so, we're all going to be locked down. And then Friday's supposed to be miraculous. Oh, hola, Pablo. What was for dinner tonight? Oh, a sandwich for dinner. Oh, well, sandwiches can be good. All right. Well, fake Kelsey Grammer went with Cindy to wherever she went, points south, wherever that was, to escape the cold, I guess. So, Kaylin, are you ready to start this show?
I am ready.
Kaylin says she is ready. We have a show. Right now, we're about to start. Folks one at a time, but then when this show is over, we'll bundle down, turn off the show, get reset, and then we'll have a second show that's only variants, ratio variants, open variants, all kinds of fun stuff. And past that, it's time to start our show.
Keith's Comics.
All right. Looks like I got green across the board. Let's turn on some cameras. How about that? The comic cam is on. And here we go. Our first book for tonight. Kang the Conqueror, number 2. The first appearance of, what is that, Rayanna Renslayer as Moon Knight. Oh, okay. So this could be a thing eventually. I keep hearing all these rumors about Moon Knight being in the Secret Wars movie, or maybe even a second season of the Moon Knight show with the Black Knight in it. Oh, okay. From 2021, this issue is a beautiful VF copy, and this is a crazy looking cover. $15 in store, $6 if you cannot live without it, and it needs to be in your collection. Type claim Kang, and we'll get that sorted out for you. Do I have a snow cam? Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see if I have a camera at home. Maybe we'll just live stream from Keith's house tomorrow. All right, next up.
Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 2.
Ooh, cool cover like that. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 4 from 2021. $10.
Number 2, but you wrote number 4.
Oopsie. Yeah, you can't trust Keith. He's so old and decrepit. It's crazy that he gets anything done at all. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 2, even though it says number 4, $10. Very highly sought after right now. $10 or $6 if you claim it here tonight. Next up.
Timeless, number 1.
Ooh, Timeless number 1. Whenever they thought Kang was going to be the big bang, they really went all in on that Timeless stuff. This is from 2022. This is a beautiful VF copy of this. Number 1, $10 in store. Oh, look at that. Is that Kang with a giant sword like a Beyblade or something like that? What is that he's carrying? I can't really make it out from here. It's just some kind of mechanical thing. $6 for Timeless #1. Next up.
Miles Morales Spider-Man number 10.
Ooh, what's going on there? I don't know. But it's also Legacy issue 250 of Miles Morales. Who knew that happened? From I guess, does that go back all the way to Ultimate? It's been 250 issues. That's hard to believe. $12 for Miles Morales Spider-Man number 10, or legacy numbers. You know what legacy numbers means? That if you stacked all the issues of Miles Morales together end to end, that's what number we'd be up to. $8 if you claim it here. Oh, I haven't turned on the Keith cam. Yeah, that does look like a 90s gun there. Hello, everyone. I'm Keith from Keith's Comics. Turn on the Keith cam. All right, next up.
We have a Hot Rod Cartoons from 67.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. This Hot Rod Cartoons. We took in a collection. This is a fun cover. I don't even know much about these, but I thought, what the heck? And I took them in, and the trade was good on it. And as one of our regular customers just was offloading them. But this is cool because it has Alex Toth artwork on one of the stories. Oh, man. They're not in high grade. They've been well read and probably stored in the Texas heat somewhere. I mean, they're not brittle, but they're not high grade. But did you know Alex Toth worked in Hot Rod Cartoons? I did not either. Plus, a lot of the art in here is just really good. It really looks like a Mad magazine at its ultimate years, whenever they were doing really good stuff. All right. Yes, Kaylin's taking care of that. Next up.
Detective Comics 507.
Detective Comics 507. From 1981, just a random issue of Detective Comics, I guess, here. You know, whenever we're working stuff in the warehouse, you never can tell what's in a box sometimes when we buy a person's collection. We bought a big collection 2 weeks ago. We started working it. We're going to have a lot of books from that collection in this show, but a lot of the stuff we sent off to be graded and evaluated. Let's see, I have a picture here of some of the stuff. Here is that's some of the better stuff that we're having evaluated, whether it needs to be graded or not. So if there's something in there that you think you need for your collection, make sure you let us know. So when it comes back, and not everything's going to get graded because not everything's going to be super high grade. But yeah, it's always nice to have these really cool key issues. You can always sell as many Moon Knight #1s and Teen Titans #2s as you can get your hands on. And those Star Wars with the first Boba Fett. Nice stuff. Oh, the first Beta Ray Bill back there, too. So good times. All right, next up.
Red Wolf number 3.
Red Wolf. All right, a little Western action for you here. Superhero and Westerns crammed together here. I think Red Wolf even made some appearances in some Avengers books around this time. From 1972, this issue number 3. It's a solid, pretty book of EG Plus technical grade. $7 in store. $6 if you can't live without this Wolf Brothers issue of Red Wolf. Now I almost put in the trailer in there. No Pablo. There's no Fantastic 425. There is a 30, but it's not high enough grade. I didn't even call you on it. Next up.
Master number 3.
I know, that's a tongue tire, isn't it? Taskmaster #3. This book was so red hot whenever the first appearance of some villain, I forget the name of it is. It's cooled off quite a bit here. Now it's time to strike. Taskmaster #3 from the Taskmaster, I think it was a miniseries, from 2021. $6 for this sharp VF copy now. Next up.
Morbius the Living Vampire. Twofer.
It's a twofer. A twofer in Keith's Comics means two what am I trying to say? Sequential comics for $6. 2 for $6. So this is Morbius from the 90s, #2. And if we flip that over, we can see #3. Booyah. Oh, look, and Keith's reusing Mylars because I'm a cheap person. I thought we'd met. Next up. Oh, we're getting slanted a little bit, too.
A very cool Dark Shadows twofer.
Oh, are you familiar with Dark Shadows at all, Kaylin?
I believe it was the movie with Johnny Depp.
Right.
I don't really remember it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Well, this is Dark Shadows based on it was an afternoon soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off pretty soap opera-y, and then they realized people were interested in the gothic parts of it, and next thing you know, it's a vampire show. Dark Shadows from Innovation, late 80s, early 90s. This is issue 1 and 2 of Dark Shadows from that time period. It's a twofer. Two for $6. Next up, we're slanted again.
Green Lantern.
Maybe we need maybe your chair's slanted and it just looks normal to you.
Green Lantern 110.
Green Lantern 110. Oh, this is a real cool cover. This oh yeah, the perfect. This is like peak Mike Grell here. This is just fantastic art on this book. I was flipping through it. Issue 116 from 1978. Sharp VF newsstand copy of this. $8 in store. That's a crime that these are only going for this $8. We need to get more Green Lantern. Maybe with that Green Lantern TV show and you know, the Guy Gardner appearing in the Superman movie will really take the lanterns off again. $6 if you claim it here. $8 in store. Next up.
Captain Britain #3.
Oh, yes. This might be one of the first books from the new collection. Captain Britain, #3, the third appearance of Captain Britain. I didn't ever know this, but these were all written by Chris Claremont with Herb Trimpe artwork in it, and it's only a few pages in the front are colored. Then from the middle back, it's a black and white reprint of some great Steranko stuff and some Fantastic Four stuff. Third issue. This is a UK book. It says 10p. Was that 10 pence? I don't know. What does that work out to? Pablo, you probably got a calculator there. How much would that have been cover price? This is not a glossy book. It's all paper covers. It's shocking that any of them survived. From 1976, Captain Britain #3, $20 in store, $15 if you claim it here. Next up.
Black Dynamite 1 through 3.
Oh, Black Dynamite 1, 2, and 3. Now, to be fair, this is a 4-issue miniseries, so you're going to have to source that #4 unless it appears in a box someday. I didn't realize this has been over 10 years since this came out. From 2013, this is issues 1, 2, and 3, based on the movie is what it says. I didn't remember that. $20 for 1, 2, and 3, or $15 if you claim it here. Black Dynamite 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I didn't set that up right. That's my fault. Like 20 cents during that time. All right, so it was a 1-to-1 back then, I guess. Interesting. All right, next up.
We have 12 Tales of Suspense #85.
There's lots of Tales of Suspense in this collection, and they're not high grade, so they're just going to make them affordable. But if you are starting to piece together that collection and pull those books toward you just a little bit, Kayla, so people a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. Here we have a great issue with Iron Man fighting the Mandarin. This is you're going to see this a couple times tonight because we're starting to use this 66, 67. The book came out for January of 67, but it probably hit the stands in November of 66. So that's why we put 66, 67 on there. This VG copy of this would be $18 in store, $13, and you can find out what the jaws of death are. Yes. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, it's not pronounced that way, Al. Next up, Superman 188 is Ty here. I got a little tie bait going on here. This is the Superman Assassins, issue 188. Spoiler alert: that giant pencil with the eraser on the end is not going to do a whole lot, I don't think. From 1966. That's the same time as that Tales of Suspense we just had. Issue with the go-go checks at the top. $10 in store, $6 if you need it for your collection. A nice, solid VG copy. Next up,
another Red Wolf #2.
more Red Wolf. If you know, you know. I don't, but you know what I don't know? I don't know what Red Wolf's name is. I'm gonna have to go look that up. Or if somebody could look that up. Kaylin usually does all of our research for us, but since she's helping out tonight, I don't think she can get to that. Issue #2 of Red Wolf from 1972, $6. Day of Dynamite. Oh, is there a theme developing here? Day of Dynamite Doom. Next up.
Marvel
Oh, yes. Boy, people get into knife fights over this book. Is this the first appearance of the symbiote suit on a cover? On the inside, it lists the same week as this coming out, or did it land the same week as Amazing Spider-Man 252? Unclear at this point because I didn't stop down and really take any time to research it, but maybe you know. But a lot of people have pushed this book way up because if it's not the first, it's very early. Issue 141 of Marvel Team Up from 1984. This is a mid-grade, nice, beautiful, fine. Look at the good purples on that. You got a Spidey in the new suit. You got a Daredevil. You got a Natasha Romanoff hanging out there. $40. $40 in solid mid-grade, or $33 if you claim it here. It's Red Wolf Wednesday. El Lobo Rojo. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Ty is here. All right. Welcome, Ty. Next up.
Another Hot Rod cartoons.
Oh, another of those Hot Rod Cartoons books. This also has Toth artwork in it. That's really cool covers on this. These were really good. Man, if these ever take off, there are no high grades that I know of because they got read and folded up and everything like that. But it is cool to see a nice, I think it was 4 to 6 pages of Toth artwork in this. $6 for this VG graded Hot Rod Cartoons number 15. Next up.
The new Teen Titans 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yes, the Teen Titans were so big in the early 80s. They got a second title. And this one on the, I believe it was called the Baxter Paper. This is issues 1, 2, and 3 of that series from 1984. This beautiful VF copies of this. $12. It's a crime. It's a crime, I say, for this to only be $12. But $10 if you claim it here. Issue 1, 2, and 3, you get Cyborg, Beast Boy, Donna Troy, and then Disco Nightwing there. $10 for Teen Titans 1, 2, and 3. Next up. Swag time. All right. Swag time, swag time, swag time, swag time, swag time. It's not very deep swag time because Cindy got out of here before she could put together a lot of swag time, but we do have some swag time. And unfortunately, Pablo, a couple of the CDs that I found ended up being super expensive, so we're going to put them on eBay. Sorry about that. All right, first swag item.
A little Superman Pez.
Superman. If you're a Pez collector, you know that this is one of the harder to find ones with the Justice League on it, and not any of the movie-related ones. $4 for this Pez. I can't tell you if I would eat the candy or not, but I think it's pretty cool. Still in its original plastics. $4 for the Superman Pez. Next up. NFL's Greatest Moments on VHS. Dun, 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 dun. Is it still sealed, right, Kaylin? It's still sealed in its factory plastics. Oh, $4 for the NFL's Greatest Moments. Next up.
We have the Wiz Playbill.
Oh, the Wiz. This was a version of The Wizard of Oz that was a stage play and also a movie, and then it traveled. It came to Dallas. You can see, what's the date on that, Kaylin? It's under Playbill. It says 1992. It came to the Dallas Summer Musicals. Is that what it's called? And this is the Playbill from that play. And what did we have on that? $3 or $6? $6 for the Wiz Playbill. And I looked online, and I didn't see anybody else offering this. I don't know how rare it is, how many showings they did of it. But and also, a lot of times when they were traveling, I saw different cities doing it. They didn't use the color version of this art, and it's a pretty nice playbill. Nice. Oh, no. Ty, are you a Dolphins fan too? Oh, my gosh. What are you doing in Dallas? All right, Playbill, The Wiz, $6. Next up.
We have Zombie, The Living Dead.
Oh, okay. This is more like Kaylin bait here. This was back in the day before the internet. If you wanted to learn about old movies and stuff like that, you had to buy magazines like Famous Monsters or Phantasmagoria and stuff like that. And then someone published a book. This is it, called Zombie: The Living Dead, and it went through the history of vampires and zombies in theaters. And if you just flip some pages open there so they can see that, used movie stills and did a little research, stuff that you would never see unless you were like hardcore into it. This is a really cool book. It was published in the UK and the United States and in hardcover. Our copy here is a well-read copy. How much did we have on that, Kaylin? $3 for everything you wanted to know about the undead of the early black and white era movies. Next up,
That's the end of
swag
swag time.
time is over. Swag time is over. Oh my gosh, Florida born and bred, baby. Oh my gosh, time. Well, welcome to Dallas anyway. All right, next up,
Doctor Strange, 38 through 40.
38 through 40. Look, we got a guest appearance of the Scarecrow in here. That's pretty random. From 1992, this is a three-part story. What's it called? The Fear the Dead, or at the top of it, the Great Fear.
Yeah.
All right, and this story gets out of control. Flip that over and see who all's in the last issue of that. Look at that. It's a murderer's row of villains, and then Daredevil. What the heck is going on here? 38, 39, and 40 of Doctor Strange from 1992. All three of them together in the complete storyline for $10 or $12 if it gets to the store. Next up,
2001 Space Odyssey number 6.
someone did go wild. That's right. All right, there is the collection we got is Heavy Kirby. If you have a want list with Demon or New Gods or 2001 or any of that Kirby stuff, and oh my gosh, I'm putting it together. There is just this cherry mint collection of Captain Americas from when Kirby took over through issue 206 or something like that. That I'm flipping through them one at a time because they're just so nice. This is 2001: A Space Odyssey. What's the MODOK looking character there? Issue number 6 from 1977. A solid, pretty fine plus copy. $6 if you claim it here. $8 in store. No Sergeant Furies. Not a single Sergeant Fury. Not a single Sergeant Fury. Next up,
Captain Britain.
it's mostly 70s Kirby stuff. Oh, okay. We had Captain Britain number 3 earlier. This is the Captain Britain 4 and 5 featuring the Hurricane, which is I don't know if that's a villain that dies at the end of the story, but I've never heard of him since. Or is it because it was in the UK version they can't use him? Unknown. This is issue 4 and 5 of Captain Britain, VG Plus, Fine Minus, somewhere around in there. They're soft paper, remember. $30 in store for $15 a throw. Flip that over so we can see number 5 there. Oh, look at that. That's sweet. The Hurricane, I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if they had Stan Lee writing the cover blurbs too, but it's nuts. 4 and 5, $25. Next up,
Detective Comics 512.
Detective Comics 512. Just a really cool cover with that red background on it. Oh man, someone taking a swing at Batman. Oh no, I don't think that's possible, but let's go with it. Issue from 1982, $8 in store, $6. It's the 45th anniversary of Batman, or is it Detective Comics? I can't really tell. 45th anniversary special. It's unclear whether it's of Batman or Detective Comics because they're not the same thing. $5.12, $6. Next up.
The Mighty Thor 339.
Oh, the Mighty Thor, because it's Thursday. Oh, wait, it's not Thursday, is it? Oh, okay. In honor of Thursday tomorrow, in which he's going to bring the thunder. We'll do some Thor stuff. Oh, my gosh, it's issue 339. First Stormbreaker. From 1984, there was a bunch of Thors in this collection, but I'll have to sort out if any of them are on your list, Pablo, and high enough grade. The Mighty Thor number 339, the sharp VF copy, during Assistant Editors Month, no less. $10 in store, $8 if you claim it here. Okay, you got it. $339 of the Mighty Thor. Next up.
Uncanny X-Men Annual 7.
Oh, Uncanny X-Men Annual 7. Talk about a book that goes wild. Man, All right, we're going to start with the John Romita cover, right? And then on the inside of this book, the Impossible Man makes an appearance, and just about everybody in the Marvel Universe ends up in this gigantic throwdown against the Impossible Man. It's nuts. It's fantastic. So here we go. Uncanny X-Men Annual number 7 from 1983. $6 if you want to see. I don't know. Is the Impossible Man going to be in the Fantastic Four movie? Unknown. $6 though if you need this annual number 7. Next up. Ty did some research for us. Thank you, Ty. It would be the 45th anniversary of Detective Comics from 1937. Thank you. All right. Charlton Bullseye. This has a brand new Blue Beetle and a blend. It's actually a team up story. Blue Beetle and the Question, and then some other stuff in the back of this. But it's notable because it's the last appearance of Blue Beetle and the Question as Charlton characters. I guess they took a hiatus there. This Charlton Bullseye number 1 anthology book. $15 in store, $12 if you claim it here. I always thought it was unstable that they had their barcode in that light blue. Oh, I don't know what. I don't know. But the art on this is very nice, very nice on the first story for sure. Next up, Captain America 141. This has got to be. I think John Romita's on the book at this time. Look at this great Captain America Falcon throwdown with the gigantic helicarrier. And is that the Grey Gargoyle, I think they're throwing down with. From 1971, this issue 141. It's been read a few times. It's still solid, still pretty. VG copy, $8 or $6 in store. Next up. Commandy. Yeah, that's right. It's a twofer. 2 consecutive issues. I told you we were going to have some Kirby's. We're going to have those for a few weeks going into this. What numbers are that, Kaylin? Number 15 and 16 of Commandy. Right there. 2 books. $6. Oh, my. That's crazy. Look at that great Kirby cover. Oh, my gosh. He's doing his Jailhouse Rock imitation there. Next up. Mighty Thor 337. Nobody was going to care about that. Oh my gosh, you got to give me some warning before you put something like that in. All right, a newsstand copy of Thor number 337. It's a mid-grade, fine copy. It presents VF, but above the H, if you look at really hard, you can see there's a little stain from wherever somebody had put a price sticker on it at some point. Why would you do that? Still, a nice mid-grade of this is still $60. $50 if you claim it here, if you always needed that first appearance. Now, we have several other copies, as you saw from our picture. Remember that picture from earlier? Yeah, that picture right there. If you look on the far left, you can see there are several more copies. I don't know what kind of grades they're going to come back as, or if they'll even be this good. Unknown. But there you go. Nice, solid, fine copy of this. You're probably on the clock for this. At some point, they're going to put Beta Ray Bill into something, right? Right? Am I right? $50 gets it done. Next up.
We have 3 issues of the cartoons.
Ah, yes. 3 issues of the cartoons. And this is Pablo Bate for sure. Why? Because this includes Terry Gilliam's stories. He went to work in New York for Help Magazine. And then he also did a lot of freelance stuff before he went to England. Push him towards the wall just a little bit. And then you can see what his artwork looks on the inside of that book. Yeah, that's definitely Monty Python-esque right there. So when did he do that Python stuff? Early 70s? So here we go. He was doing artwork in the same style for these cartoons magazines. All 3 of these have Terry Gilliam stories in them. $18 in store. They're not high grade, but they are pretty cool. $10 if you claim it here. Next up.
Marvel Team Up 142.
Marvel Team Up 142. From 1983. Really nice. It has just a couple of dings in it. $9 in store. $7 if you claim it here. Captain Marvel, or Marvel if you will. That's the Monica Rambeau version of Captain Marvel. Nice. Marvel Team Up 142, $7. Next up,
Superman 241.
Superman 241 from 1971. This is getting close, if not the end of that crazy Sandman's Superman story that started with Kryptonite Nevermore. What was that, issue 238? I think it was. During this time period, they got rid of Kryptonite, so they didn't have a crutch anymore. But that had some other effects. There's always a hole in their plan somewhere. A solid fine minus copy, $11 in store, $7 if you claim it here. Next up, Lightning Round. All right, Pablo, time to take a break or go put the covers on your water faucets outside. Lightning round, it's time for lightning round. Lightning round is $1, $2, and $3 books because we have $1, $2, and $3 bins in our stores. We're going to show you some comics that are overstock, lower grade, stuff we don't know what to do with. We're going to push through them very quickly. Type claim and give us a title. I have to have a little drink of the ceremonial Diet Coke. All right, Keelan, you ready?
I am.
Let's do this. What do you got?
For $1, Captain Carrot #1.
Captain Carrot #1 for only $1. But if you look closely, you can see it's got like motor oil through it or something. It was probably on the top of the box that was sat in the garage all those years. And but still, you wanted to just read one. Here you go for $1. Next up,
The Witching Hour 69.
Witching Hour #69. If you just like good horror stuff, $1. $1. The tape that we use to tape it up. We're not going to charge you extra for that. Next up,
We're on the $2.
$2.
The Flash 218.
Flash 218. Oh, man, I was so sad about this. Sometimes when a box gets left on concrete, the box absorbs water whenever, especially during this time of year when it's colder and lower humidity, the concrete will absorb water. And then a box, as it dried out during the summer, it will just be a sponge and just soak that water up. And then it just transfers it to all that dry paper inside the box. And then you get these things called tide marks. You can see where this book got wet and then went up about, an eighth up into the book and then receded and dried out. But it left a tide mark in there. As long as it dries out, it's going to be fine, but it's got that tide mark in it. If it stays wet, it'll get moldy, and then you just got to throw it out, unless you love black mold in your house, and then nobody likes that. Flash 218 with the tide marks, $2. Next up,
X-Men #1.
X-Men #1 with the Magneto cover. Magneto, if you like. This is a very low-grade copy of this, even though, you got to really take it out to look at it to see it. But if you need a reader copy, here you go, $2. Next up.
Monsters on the Prowl #19.
Ooh, those monsters are on the prowl. $2 for the creature of the black bog. Next up.
The Thing #7.
Marvel 2-in-1 ended, and then the Thing got his own book. I think this is Thing versus a Clown. It's not Obnoxio, I don't think, but I don't know. It could be. Give me the $2 and find out. Next up,
Uncanny X-Men Annual from 2001.
Uncanny X-Men 2001 Annual. This one's sideways. It's like a brochure or a pamphlet. This annual from 2001, only $2. Next up,
We're on to $3.
$3. Gonna break the bank here.
We have
Gru #4. Did he air? He could have. $3. Next up,
Ragman #2.
Ragman #2 from DC Comics. Oh, the original Ragman by Kubert. Look at that nice Kubert cover on that. All right, $3. Next up,
Bullseye #4.
all right, Bullseye #4 from the Charlton Bullseye #4. No Blue Beetle or the Question in that one. Going downhill again, Kaylin. We're going. Oh, no. Next up.
Marvel's Comic Brew.
All right.
What it is. I don't know. It doesn't say a number.
Oh, it is. It was a one-shot special that we got free in the Dallas Times Herald and during the Sunday paper. And if you were a comic collector, all your aunts and uncles and everybody gave you one. So every collection we end up with a bunch of these, and this collection is no different. This one's probably on the top or bottom of the stack, so it presents great, but it's a lower grade. $3 for the Pipeline in Peril. You can see they're fighting in the parking lot with the Sandman in the parking lot of Sanger Harris. Sanger Harris is they're not around anymore. I guess they're more like it's that the 70s versions of Coles, I would say, or Mervyn's. Are they still around even? I don't know. I'm an old man. I wouldn't know. Spider-Man versus the Incredible Hulk versus Sandman, $3. Oh, Susan, welcome. Happy pre-snow day to you too. In case you missed earlier in the show, Cindy is not with us. She is taking a break south of here. She can tell you about it when she gets back. I don't think she'll even be back for next week. Maybe she will. I don't know. We'll see. Next up,
Star Wars 76.
Star Wars number 76. We had this in the old versions of Star Wars. Did they acknowledge that Anakin built C-3PO? Sorry for the spoiler, everyone. Because isn't there a scene on in one of the movies where C-3PO is in a closet and the door opens? He goes, "Oh, it's you!" And the next thing you know, he's disassembled. I always thought that meant that that Vader knew who he was. But anyway, $3 for this Star Wars. Next up.
Now we have
Oh, Sue's next to Orlando. Good for you. Superman. This is also Son of Kal-El, right? All right. This is number 4. This is a $3 issue of Superman, Son of Kal-El. Next up.
Ravencraft number 1.
Ravencraft. Oh my gosh, this book was hot when it came out. This is the start of the new Bloodstone lineage, something like that. Plus, it also has a preview of the Strange Academy, I think, inside of it. $3. Next up.
We have a big book, DC Universe number 3.
Oh, trade paperback. Stan Lee, DC Universe. This is a trade paperback, but it is well read. And it's only $3, though. If you wanted to see, hey, what would Stan Lee have done if he was in charge of the DC Universe? Well, this is a book you can find out for only $3. Next up.
Swordmaster number 1.
Swordmaster number 1. I don't know anything about this other than he's got a big sword. And he must be a master because I couldn't put it on the cover if it wasn't true, right? $3. Next up.
All New X-Men number 1.
Oh, all new X-Men number 1. Did I put a year on the back of that at all? 2013. Only $3. Next up.
Batman One Shot, Blaze of Glory.
And the blaze of glory. Who sings that? Oh, you wouldn't know. You weren't born yet.
I don't know. Sounds familiar.
Who sings that? Who am I thinking of? Bon Jovi? All right. DC Comics presents Batman 100-page Spectacular. It's from 2012 or 2013? 2012. $3. Next up.
X-Men and Fantastic Four number 2.
X-Men Fantastic Four number 2. I just thought this was a really cool cover. It should be in your collection. $3. Next up.
Avengers Forever number 1.
Avengers Forever. Look at all those. Oh, man, that's a lot of characters. All Avengers assemble. All of Avengers Forever. Did I put the year on it? 2021. $3. Next up.
That's the end of swag.
Yeah. All right. The end of the lightning round. Pablo can wake up now. All right. What do we got next? Back to the regular show.
Fantastic Four number 30.
Oh, there we go. Fantastic Four number 30. I don't know. Is this the first appearance of Diablo? I'm not sure if it is or not. This is a low grade. I'm estimating a 2.5. Plus, it has the added advantage of a lot of tape that was put on it. Who knows when? A long time ago. So $40 it'd be in store. Look, the Thing is getting his dream. He's not the Thing anymore. Or $30 if you claim it here. Fantastic Four number 30. A very low grade, but look great in your collection. Next up.
Dazzler number 7.
Dazzler number 7 with a little assist from the Hulk. The lady's got guts. Well, evidently, they're going to be all over the floor after smacking into the Hulk like that. From 1981, $8. $8 for Dazzler number 7. Beautiful VF copy. Next up.
Black Lightning number 4.
Yes. All things Superman are starting to percolate, so we're going to grab all the Superman stuff we can. And this issue of Black Lightning features a Superman cameo. Issue number 4, Fine Plus copy from 1977. Newsstand edition, $6 or $8 if it gets to the store. Next up.
Tales of Suspense 81.
Oh my. That's Titanium Man. Oh, it's the return of the Titanium Man. You're going to get some great Iron Man goodness, and I believe you're going to get some Kirby Captain America at the back of that, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I forgot to look inside. From 1966, a fine minus copy, $15 in store. $11. I'm absolutely positive I sold these great comics back in 1991 for more than this. What's going on? You got to get these books. They're awesome. Nice. Is that Gene Colan cover on that? $11 for Tales of Suspense, number 81. Next up.
Web of Spider-Man number 1.
Oh, Web of Spider-Man number 1. Nice. This is the book that took over when they canceled Marvel Team Up. So Web of Spider-Man, he's going to have his 4 or 5 books a month during this time period, but not the same ones. Going to start out with beautiful. Who's that? Charles Vest cover, I believe, painted. Issue number 1 from 1985. This is just a really pretty mid-grade copy of it. $25 in store, $20 if you claim it here. And he's got a nice black suit there. Next up.
We're on to 3 left.
What? Only 3 books left. And then it's going to be Snowmageddon. And then it's going to be the college football playoffs. Then it's going to be the regular playoffs. And then we'll be back here next week. Unless it snows again. I don't know. Well, anyway. All right. Next up. 3.
Fantastic Four 98.
Oh, yeah. Man, what a cool looking book. Not peak Kirby, but maybe after the peak. Alan, weigh in on that. But it's really nice Kirby before he started doing... I know he didn't do drugs. I always say it looks like he started doing drugs and doing that fourth world stuff. Fantastic Four number 98. This is solid fine, maybe a fine plus, but I went with fine anyway. From 1970, $20 in store, $17 if you can't live without Doomsday on the Moon. Next up.
Rom Space Knight number 1.
Oh, Rom number 1. First appearance of Rom. The Arrival. Rom the Space Knight. I think someone else just recently bought the rights and are doing some Rom comics. So if you are into the Space Knight, the when was this? Late 70s, early 80s toys. This is a full few years before G.I. Joe's came across the market. Guess was or somebody, Alan, you guys, was Transformers around at this time, or were that also the early 80s? This ROM Space Knight from 1979, a solid mid-grade copy. Beautiful. Look at that. Good colors on that. Wider than we usually get them here. $20 in store. $17 if you claim it here. ROM the Space Knight, number 1. Little Star Trek throw down there. Nice. No, not that one. Oh, that's a Frank Miller cover? That is random, and thank you for that. Huh. That does not look Millery. I'll have to look at that a little harder later. Next up.
Our last one.
Last one for tonight.
Commandy number 18.
Oh, it's a twofer.
Oh,
Yes, look at that giant Kirby. Yes, it's going for it, right? All right, Commandy, what numbers? That's 17 and 18 or 18 and 19?
18 and 19.
17 and 18. Oh, that's a really cool cover. 2 Commandies for $6, and these are really nice Commandies. We need to entice you to buy them. All right, everybody's trying to stay warm out there, and we're going to shut this show down and come back in just a few minutes. We're probably at this point at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. If you're watching this show in the future, we really appreciate that. Fully half the people that watch our show, more than half, a lot more than half actually, watch in the future. And if you're watching in the future, we appreciate it. And hello, future. all good. Maybe you're watching the show on Thursday going, oh, I wonder if they're going to have a show on Thursday night, even though it's not. Oh, my gosh, I missed the show. Well, you missed nothing. Well, you missed a few things. Yeah, we will try to stay warm and safe. We will see you all on the flip side. For Keith's Comics, I am here with Kaylin. And if we don't see you in a few minutes, we'll see you next time. Well, our usual rules, we're going to suspend them. How about that, Kaylin? Because it's cold out there and it's an alternate. It's more of a quiet, intimate setting here. All right. You got one more?
I do.
Well, let's throw one more up there.
Okay. 2001 Space Odyssey.
Oh, very early appearance of Machine Man. Beautiful cover on that. Beautiful VF copy of this. 2001 A Space Odyssey featuring Mr. Machine, which was what he was called back then. $8 if you can't live without it. $10 if it gets out to the stores. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you in just a few. For Keith's Comics, I am Keith, and I'll see you next time.